Good morning, this is Diana. I'm going to show you how to hoop and embroidery a onesie on the new Durkee easy frames. Here we got, this is the one I've chosen to use. The onesie is an 0 to 3 months, and I have gotten the 5x4 hoop, and I'm going to hoop this up and show you how to use it. First of all, I always print out my design that I want to put on anything, and I put it in the hoop just to make sure that it is going to clear the needle and things. And then this is going to fit in here quite nicely. So let me get this hooped up and we will show you how to do it. I have got sticky double stick tape on the top of the frame and on the back of the frame, but my sticky stuff is used up, and my go-to sticky stuff is the glue stick, which works wonderfully and it doesn't hurt anything. So I'm just going to put a little glue right here on the sides of the frame. Then I'm going to fold up my stabilizer. I am going to be putting a name on this onesie, and that's why I've got this extra piece here, so it always is good to double it. I'll just have to cut it off then we're going to hoop the onesie. I have already got the center point marked on here, and I have pinned it, so I'll know exactly where it's at. And I have made marks on my frame up here with the Sharpie so I can see through the stabilizer right here, and then I've got one right here. Just put my hand in here and grab a hold of the frame and pull the little onesie down on top of it. Now I can see right here is my center mark on the frame, so I'm going to put that right there, and I'm going to pin this in place so this is not going to shift. Then I'm going to go underneath and check my center mark here. Here's my center mark, and I've got my pin right there, and I'm going to get a clip and clip this in place. Move this around so it's all nice and straight and even. I'm going to put a binder clip here. I know they make the little binder clips with a little attachment you just slip on there. I have not gotten one of those yet, so I'm just using regular binder clips, which work fine. And then I'm going to clip I'm going to clip on the side here and here. And that should hold it in place. I'm going to slide my hoop to my frame. Always make sure you do this off of the machine and tighten down the knobs. Okay, now we are ready to go to the machine and sew this little onesie. Okay, here we are. I'm going to take the neck and pull it down a little bit and slide it under the arm of the machine. Then put this on here. I have found that because of the center point of this, and it doesn't matter when you can change the screen and your machine to use a different hoop. But I have noticed also it doesn't matter what size of hoop you have your machine set at. I've always got it set at an M1. But when you put in a design, it's going to automatically change it to the hoop that the design will fit the best. So my machine has chosen the M2 hoop, which is the 4x5. So that's why I have chosen to put this hoop. Let me see if I can show you here. There are 2 notches in the frame. There's one here and there's one here. I use this first notch here when I have when I'm using the larger hoop, so it'll slide all the way up. But with a smaller frame, it is best to put the frame in at the second notch, so it's going to line up with your design. Let me set this back up here and get started. So I'm going to do a trace for my design. I've already have it loaded. So I'm going to do a trace. I'm going to make sure it's not going to hit my frame. Right here's the frame up here. So it's got a nice, it's going to fit in the hoop fine. So I'm going to hit start and it will sew my first stitching. Didn't catch my bobbin thread. We'll try this again. Didn't cut, there we go. Of course, I have problems in front of everybody. Let me check my bobbin. I'm sure you all have had the same problems. It's not catching my bobbin thread. Okay, let's try this again. Okay. There we go. I've already prepared my fabric. I always put a lightweight fusible on the back of my fabric, like the Wonder Under or the Heat and Bond Light. It just makes your appliques look so much nicer. Let's see how many ways I'm going to put that this way. Okay. You can see it's sewing quite well. It's not bouncing or anything, and I got it set at 700. And I've got my next one. I'm going to wait and cut it all at the end because I don't have anything underneath it. I always turn my stitch speed down to anywhere from 600 to 700 depending on what I'm doing when I'm doing the outline stitch. That just makes it a little easier because going that fast it could cause some bounce. This way it's going to slow it down and it's not going to cause any bounce. I have got my pieces laid down. I am going to pause here and get my pieces cut and then I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I've got my pieces all cut out and we're ready to sew this thing. Let's get started. I've used these frames, the more I'm really liking them. They hoop quite nicely. And once this starts sewing the satin stitch, I am going to bump this up to 800 and show you that it does quite well on the. This is 800. That's as high as this machine will go, and you can see it's sewing quite nicely. There's no bouncing or anything. Get this little tail. I always check to make sure that the thing hasn't slipped up underneath there and caught. I've done that so many times and I just get a little too paranoid, so I'm always checking to make sure the onesie hasn't slipped up underneath the hoop. I'm going to let this sew out and then come back and I'll take it off the hoop for you and let you see what it looks like. I know it's kind of boring to sit and watch the machine work, but you can see that even at 800 RPMs or SPMs, I guess that is on here, that there is no bounce to these hoops. They're a nice sturdy hoop. They're a lot thicker than the counterpart of the fast frames. They're about 1/4 of an inch thick, so they're a little bit heavier, more heavy duty, and they go on so much nicer. You don't have to take off a bracket and put on a bracket. It's just like using your regular hoops. You just slide it on there and let it go to town. Okay, I'll be back shortly. Well, almost done. The cute little elephant matches the lady's room decor for her new baby. Little circus animals. So, got a real pretty name, Jade. It's just I guess next to my MB4, this is what I like the best about the machine. It's the new hoops that I've got. I do have 2 big commercial machines, but this is my go-to machine when I have just something 4 to 6 threads and something quick and easy. I always use my MB4, which is quite a lot lately. All finished, and we're just going to slip it off here, and there it is, the onesie. And then I undo the knobs, take off all my clips, and remove it from the hoop. As I said, this is folded up so I could do the name. All I have to do is just cut that. Cut away my extra stabilizer here. And there we have it. Cute little onesie for little Miss Jade, done on the MB4 with the new Durkee Easy Frames. Thanks for watching. If there is another type of video you would like to see using these frames, just let me know. Until next time, bye-bye.